You probably heard someone say just take a DHT blocker, or maybe you've seen ads promising to block DHT naturally with one supplement and magically regrow your hair. But here's the question almost no one asks. What if DHT isn't actually the problem? Or maybe it's part of the problem, but not the whole story. Because if every woman with hair thinning simply needed to block DHT, hair loss would be much easier to solve. Instead, thousands of women spend hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on supplements, shampoos, oils, and herbs that target DHT, yet they continue watching their hair collect in the shower. Today, we're separating facts from marketing. We'll talk about what DHT actually is, why it matters in androgenetic alopecia, why DHT blockers help some women but not everyone, and why your hormones should never be viewed in isolation. If you're ready to get started, let's go. Do you want healthy, full, manageable, natural hair in simple solutions, but struggle with finding safer options you can trust and want to take all of your time and energy to search? If so, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Ashley, wife, mom, and Jesus BFF. I learned the secret of how to care for my hair and save time while maintaining it. Holistic care. So if you're ready for healthy hair, better health, and faith that helps you stay consistent, grab your comb, your brush, and your Bible because it's time to grow. Hello, beautiful, and welcome back to the podcast. Now, before I get into today's topic, I want to know, how has these episodes been blessing you? It has been getting my life and my hair all together, and I know I'm not by myself. So please let me know, how has the Lord been blessing you when it comes to this? Share your testimony, share your feedback. Let me know if you want to go deeper into a certain topic. Whatever is the case, I would love to hear from you. Please, please, please. So thank you in advance. And I love you. I love you, love you, love you. But let's get into today's topic. What is DHT? DHT, it stands for dihydrotestosterone. So that's a hormone that our bodies naturally make by converting testosterone through an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. So that means that both men and women, we produce testosterone. It's not just a male thing, but it's men and women. That also means that we produce DHT. Now, this could surprise people because we could think that, well, testosterone, that's like for men and estrogen is for women, but no. Women actually produce testosterone as well. And we actually need testosterone and DHT for things like muscle strength, bone health, energy, brain function, even libido. You let me know what it is, because I always mess up that word. libido. So DHT itself is not bad. Our bodies created it for a reason. But the problem occurs when certain hair follicles become overly sensitive to it. Now, why does DHT matter in hair loss? Well, when someone has androgenetic alopecia, or AGA, which is what I mentioned in a previous episode, this is female pattern hair loss. And the issue isn't that they have too much DHT, but a lot of times a woman with AGA, they have completely normal hormone levels. So instead, their hair follicles are genetically more sensitive to DHT. So if you could imagine two women with identical hormone levels, one keeps their hair thick into their 70s and the other starts thinning in their 30s. That is not fair. And why does that happen? Well, genetics, it determines how follicles respond to the hormone. So over time, DHT-sensitive follicles, it begins shrinking. And this process of the shrinking, that's called follicular miniaturization. So what does that mean, actually? That means that over time, those follicles stop producing visible hairs altogether, because what's happening every new hair cycle, it's producing thinner, shorter, and weaker hairs. So that means that when a woman with AGA, they start to notice that as they part their hair in the middle, the part is slowly becoming wider. They also notice when they put their hair in a ponytail, it's not as thick as before. They also notice that they're seeing their scalp a little bit more, and their hair is gradually thinning rather than suddenly shedding. And they can compare this difference between before and after pictures, or older pictures versus newer pictures. And so they start to see that change where it's gradually happening. Now, back to the DHT. So when you hear DHT, you could automatically relate it to it causes hair loss. And you can conclude that if DHT is causing the hair loss, then you need to block all of the DHT. Well, that's not necessarily true because blocking DHT is actually one treatment strategy. It's not the same thing as identifying why your hair is thinning. See, when we talk about hair thinning, there are so many factors that it could be influenced by. I'm talking about iron deficiency, low protein intake. Something could be wrong with the thyroids. Maybe it's postpartum. It could be stress related. It could also be nutritional related. Inflammation is going on. Maybe they have a scalp condition. Maybe they're taking certain medications and it's causing certain changes. It could also be maybe they're losing weight very fast, or it could be an autoimmune disorder. All of these situations require different approaches. So this is why if someone is losing hair because they're iron deficient, a DHT blocker is not going to correct an iron deficiency. And if a person is going through postpartum, then they're dealing with a lot of shedding. Blocking DHT, it may not address the foundational issue. The right solution depends on understanding why hair loss is happening to begin with. Now, when it comes to natural DHT blockers, do they work? Okay, so if we take a look at some natural DHT blockers, and you may know some of them, there's saw palmetto, there's pumpkin seed oil, there's stinging nettle, even green tea extract. All of these are good and it has some great research behind it. And it also can influence the enzyme that converts testosterone into DHT. So that's why these are some good ingredients to go for when it comes to blocking DHT. Now, some studies it show potential benefits for some people, and then other people is kind of limited and it's more established for medical treatment. So the results it vary from person to person. Just because it's natural sometimes, it doesn't mean that it's always effective for every cause of hair loss, and it doesn't always guarantee noticeable regrowth. Or sometimes it just takes a little bit longer compared to like a medical treatment. So that's why it's important, if you're going to go this route, it's important to match the treatment to the diagnosis rather than assuming one supplement is going to fit everybody. You have to look at the full foundation. Now, this isn't for every woman. This is why we can't approach it the same way, because two women, they can have the same exact symptom, which is hair thinning, but the root cause could be completely different. You see, one person could have androgenetic alopecia, another person could be dealing with their thyroid issue, while the third person, they're dealing with an iron issue. Another person is dealing with a hormone issue with just having a baby. And then another person could be dealing with chronic stress. You see what I mean? Like everybody has a different root cause. This means that everyone should have a different strategy, not everyone having the same strategy. And when it comes to hair restoration, it isn't about following trends. It's about truly understanding your own body and the path that it needs to go to in order to be restored. Now, if we could think of our hair like a garden, or healthy hair growth like a garden, I want you to visualize that. DHT that I was talking about, it could be a weed affecting the garden. Now, if we think about that weed affecting the garden, if we really think about it, what if the soil is nutrient deficient? Or what if the flower isn't getting enough water? What if there's insects that's actually affecting the plants? What if there's not enough sunlight where the garden is? Pulling that one weed or that DHT is not going to restore the whole entire garden. And when it comes to healthy hair, it depends on creating an environment where follicles have what they need to thrive and flourish. Now, as a holistic hair wellness coach, I don't believe that every answer starts with another product. So instead, I want to encourage you to ask questions to yourself like, what is my diagnosis? What could my health history suggest? Could nutrition be playing a role? Is chronic stress affecting my body? Am I supporting healthy scalp function? Have I addressed any underlying medical conditions with my healthcare provider? Sometimes DHT is a part of the picture, and sometimes it's not. But the whole goal is for you to understand your whole picture and not just one part of the picture or not just one part of your hormone. So, as I close, if you've been wondering whether you need a DHT blocker or not, I want you to remember this. DHT itself is not your enemy. It's a normal hormone with important functions in the body. But the most important question to ask yourself is whether DHT is either contributing to your hair thinning, and if so, how does it fit into everything else that's affecting your hair health? And when you understand the cause of it, you're much better equipped to choose the right strategy instead of chasing every trending supplement that's out there or product when you see it online. Okay, so that is the whole goal. Now, I know this was a lot, friend. I know this was a lot. But if today's episode left you thinking, I honestly don't know what's causing my hair thinning, you don't have to keep piecing together information you see on social media, on Google, on podcasts, Reddit, even expensive supplement recommendations. So that's exactly why I created my holistic hair session. In this one-on-one session, me and you will walk through your hair history, your health, nutrition, lifestyle habits, current products, any lab work or diagnosis you've received, and together we'll identify your factors that may be contributing to your hair thinning and discuss practical next steps based on your unique situation. So my goal in this program or in this session, it isn't to convince you to buy another supplement or another hair product. So that's not it. But it's to help you to understand where your time, your energy, and your money are best spent. A lot of times we could spend anywhere from $60 to $150 on every month on every supplement subscription, trending hair product, or treatment, hoping that it will work. And that's without knowing if these products really is going to address the real issue. So one coaching session can provide clarity before you continue investing in things that may not be the right fit for your hair journey. So if you're ready to stop guessing and you're ready to start understanding what's really affecting your hair, I would love to work with you. And I want you to book your holistic hair session through the link in the show notes. If you're not quite ready for coaching, then I want you to please join my free hair and wellness community, where I will share weekly education, practical tips, and encouragement to help you make informed decisions about your hair health. So I pray this episode has blessed you. Please be sure to share with someone that comes to mind, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, beautiful. Hey, beautiful. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you please take 30 seconds and share with a friend who may want to care for their hair without overwhelm and confusion? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It lights me up to feel the love when I know the podcast is helping you. Well, I'm off to care for my crown, drink my water, and stop touching my hair. I'll meet you back on Tuesday for another quick episode. Love ya!